Hey everybody, Joe here with Candid Movies. This time I will be talking about the movie Armageddon Time. It's starring some major names like Jeremy Strong, Anne Hathaway, and Anthony Hopkins, but this movie is really about the kids. Jaylin Webb and Michael Banks Repeta. Those two I would consider the main characters. Everybody else will side because we really follow Paul, the person who's played by Michael Repeta. This kid is imaginative, but is growing up in the 80s, early 80s, around Ronald Reagan's time, because that is a factor that kind of comes up in this movie. And he is of Jewish lineage, so he has all this history behind him. He kind of understands what it's like to or at least his parents and grandparents kind of understand what it's like to, be discriminated against, hated for no reason, etc. And the young man who he is best friends with is played by Jaylin Webb, and he goes by the name of Johnny. So you can tell that there's a big difference between the way that they are treated and raised in this movie. And it reminds me of me growing up, not only having to deal with, because kids are mean, so having to deal with the meanness of children, but also the either they were racist or they had like some sort of like microaggressive personalities or whatnot in school as far as the teachers and principals go. I remember there was a time, short story, I remember there was a time I was in choir class and I was sitting there literally quietly. Our choir director was not there. So we were just watching a movie, and there were kids around me that were rambunctious and rowdy, but I was just chilling. And one of the principals basically pointed me out as like the leader of them, and I wouldn't come with them because I knew it was BS. And turns out one of the other assistant principals told me that I needed to jump whenever whenever their assistant principal says anything. I was supposed to say how high, and I said, "You're crazy." Well, that reminds me of Johnny. Johnny realizes that he's different and that people aren't going to have his back, and they're not going to have a heart like his. So, I mean, I can honestly say, like I said previously on, like when I came fresh out the theaters, that this is probably one of the realest movies, which is probably the reason why I didn't do so well or isn't doing so well. I was sitting in that movie theater by myself. Literally, I was the only one in that movie theater watching that movie, and maybe it's too real for people. And even me, when I came in, when I first saw the trailer for it, I did a reaction for it, and one of the things that I said was, "Oh no, not another one of these like white savory types of films. Like, I'm tired of seeing those." Well, I was wrong. At first, I thought it was going to be another propaganda-filled movie. It was not. It was one of the realest, like, what would happen in real life, based off of, like, we're not talking fairy tales, no happy endings. This movie, depending on how you were raised when you came up, you might be angry, sad, or both when you leave out this movie. But it had a huge impact on me. And I don't even want to give any of the plot points away, because I feel like everyone should have this, should watch this movie and have a hard conversation. Whether it be with yourself, within yourself, or with the people around you. This movie was quite impactful, and I am ready to give it a score of a B+. It was amazing. The acting was amazing. The plot was amazing. The only issue that I had was the third act, because this movie is quite short, and I wish that it was a bit longer so they could flesh some things out, because I felt like it kind of ended abruptly. So I had to bring the score down because of that. But aside from that, it was an excellent film, and I highly recommend it to anybody. All right? So let me know down in the comments below whether or not you'll see this film, or if you've seen it, let me know what you think. All right, so y'all take care. I've been Joe with Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. And I'll be talking to you all later. Have a fantastic day. Peace.